This is Advice for Making Content, November 2019. Audio. Some $20 headphones come with a microphone that works very well. Use it. Pocket voice recorders can be $30. They work just fine. Use them. This is American dollars, by the way. Audacity. Noise removal, amplify, edit waveform. Trim out minutes of just junk. Dead air, or stumbling. Or anything else that needs to be trimmed out. Practice talking. Record voice at 16 to 32 kilohertz. Get used to hearing your own voice. Get used to the program. Export files to use as WAV. Export files to share as 32 kilobytes per second MP3 or OGG. You need the lame encoder to do that. It's not too difficult to do. Never put in any copyrighted stuff. You will get in trouble for it. Big name people pay for the rights to use copyrighted content. You probably haven't. Although sometimes I think they just get away with using stuff that they shouldn't get away with, but that's life. That's how it goes. Zero tolerance for any copyrighted content that isn't yours. When you need to reference other materials, link to them. Mirroring them might cause trouble. Other people could probably mirror them for you. Make a .text description file with links to other things. But some websites might ban you if you link off the site, so be wary of that. Never say things you'll regret. Do not talk about your private life, people you know. Do not name names. Some topics if you talk about them from any angle, you might get banned for bringing them up entirely, so some topics are a no-go zone. Big name people thrive on fake drama. You try to join them, you'll get in trouble. Don't get involved. Yep, just stay out of it. Most users are fake. Website employees and associates. They hate real users. You will be griefed by them. You will be downvoted. Deal with it. Don't waste a second arguing with them. Block and ignore. Shills are there to waste your time. Not only that, but there's a few different companies. You can kind of tell who works for what company if you figure them out. So you're just going to have to be aware of that. Shills make harassment and lies, fake slanderous content, even against other shills. They get away with it. Life sucks, deal with it. It's kind of funny when they get into a shill slap fight though, but you shouldn't give them any attention. Just pretend they don't exist. They're pretty boring and vapid. If a real person makes one wrong move, you get in trouble, so watch it. Everything is stacked against you. 90% or more commenters are spies looking to report you. Staff look for any reason to ban you. I'll explain later. Anyone promoting violence or vandalism, illegal activities, are agents provocateur, shills. Sometimes the site takes them down. See, we totally banned bad users. Gotta keep up the illusion. Most of the internet is an illusion. It's not popular in real life. Most people in real life do not use major websites other than viewing them while logged out. Anyway, make outlines to help keep a focused talk. Spend time writing, save minutes talking. Read slowly and enunciate. Editing will go much faster. Give your audio padding on the front and back. Give 1 second of silence at front and end. Some programs cut audio at the ends. Padding reduces harm. Think of it as a frame of dead air. Delay before recording. Give it 5 seconds before you start. That's extremely true with pocket recorders. You gotta wait for them to catch up to you. OpenShot is free, but doesn't work that great. It eats the front of audios. Delay the audio for a few seconds to avoid that. Consider telling stories, true stories, in third person, without details. Consider making allegories. Never, ever say inflammatory things. Never name names. Never call out individuals. Ignore them instead. Never use any slur, even slang ones. For instance, the word boomer can be interpreted as a slur depending on context. So, just don't trash talk. It's never a good idea. Never ends well. Shills try to bait you. Block and ignore. When handling a delicate subject, be super careful or just avoid. Humans don't need to be told not to have intros, outros, begging for like, comment, subscribe, beg for Patreon shekels. Don't call your viewers a pet name for fanbase. Monetize equals sellout. Boo! Money brings out the ugly in people. When making the video aspect of your vid, assuming you're taking the slideshow approach, be careful what images you use. If text is on screen, be courteous to those with video streaming limitations. Not everybody has good internet, not everybody can watch videos in high definition, so making a slideshow with a whole ton of little text that you need to view full screen at a really high resolution is not courteous and not a good way to make a video. Is the image text visible in, say, 200 pixels? Is the image clear and easily viewable? Can the viewer pause and read? Let the slides linger for a while. Frantic/manic rapid paces are for shills/YouTube job people. Real users have a slow, gentle, chill, easy pace. Export MP4 at minimum best resolution. Sharing comes first. Shareable. Minimum file size without cutting quality. Be respectable. Don't be forced, fake. Don't fake emote, that's what shills do. Be very polite and careful. Keep your mouth clean. Cursing equals get censored. Reaching people is top priority. Being clean, G-rated, tactful, people will like you, and you won't get strikes for inappropriate content. Inclusivity and shareability is vitally important. Inside lingo and in-jokes, that sort of thing, can make people feel excluded. Explain odd terms so new people can get up to speed. You should always give a really inclusive atmosphere and just make people feel welcome. Being cliquish is a terrible thing. People are not cliquish. If anyone's cliquish, something's wrong with them. Vile talk is trashy. Don't be trash. Be a good user. A lot of people are just vulgar for no reason, and it's edgy and cringy, and just, if you don't need to say it, don't say it. Even if you're mad, you shouldn't be near a microphone or a keyboard. If you're angry, just don't be edgy. Just talk so that everybody can enjoy what you have to say. Image. Set your equipment up. Avoid data bloat. You don't need images over 1.5 megabytes, generally speaking. Yeah, don't you just love those big, blurry, gray 5 megabyte photos of garbage? They're terrible. Camera. 600 by 800 pixels or 800 by 1200 pixels. That's usually the resolution I use. Scanner. 100 dpi. Ping. Use crop, levels tool, sharpen. Save primary image as ping. Resize and export as JPEG. Make sure the image looks good before release. A little bit of editing goes a long way. Mass scanning. Put guide dots on your originals. Preview on grayscale 50 dpi. Aim scanner. Set to color 100 dpi if in color. Scan everything. Mass rename files. Edit, combine. Always save primary files as ping. Some websites have AIs that flag beets or naughty pines as boobs. Watch out for stupid robots. Do not bait the stupid robots. AIs do not work very well. These are the basics for very beginners. More info on how to do things is readily available, which is fancy talk for if you want to be a good photographer, go find somebody else because I can't help you. But I can help with basic beginning stuff. We look forward to seeing your original content. The end. Postscript. Don't put any music behind your voice. It's very distracting and makes your speech unclear. Yep, I've heard talks with terrible audio mixing where the music was actually louder than the person speaking, so don't use music at all, period, unless it's a non-talking slideshow, in which case you should really evaluate what you're doing, because if you're going to make a silent slideshow, well, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you do you, buddy.